41 days since MH370 disappeared at a defence expo in Kuala Lumpur. We asked the Minister to confirm reports that the Department of Civil Aviation rang the military, reporting they'd lost MH370, asking military officers on duty to look for the plane early that morning. Minister Hishammuddin, ABC Television Australia. Did Civil Aviation contact the military, as has been reported, in the early hours of that morning?
Sorry?
Did Civil Aviation contact the military in the early hours the flight disappeared, as has been reported by Reuters?
When?
Contacted on the morning of the 8th. Would have been around 2 a.m. it's been reported.
No, I'm not going back.
Well, the record hasn't been corrected, and the question
it will be corrected. Like I said,
can you correct it today, please?
No, let it be corrected by all those involved.
Okay, I'm at your disposal.
1 week later, at the Ministry of Defence, Minister Hishammuddin agreed to an interview with Four Corners to answer questions about what the military did and didn't do, for the first time confirming that Civil Aviation did ring the military that morning. Did DCA contact the military?
Yes, they did.
What time?
You have to ask the DCA. And it will come out, the details. I think this the dates, because I do not want to be trapped by, from my experience in the last 4 weeks, by dates, by numbers, by names, by rank.
Even though Civil Aviation had rung the military, possibly as early as 2 a.m, alerting officers on duty to look out for a lost, unidentified commercial plane, the military allowed MH370 to glide out to sea. Minister Hishammuddin told Four Corners that MH370 was tracked by the military in real time, but inexplicably dismissed as not hostile by the officer on duty. The military also decided not to send up one of its planes to investigate. But why not send the jets up if you have conceded earlier that you knew very early in the morning the plane was missing? There was 4.5 hours time in which to respond and find out.
It was not hostile, it was commercial, it was from our airspace, we're not at war with anybody. Even if we send it back, are you going to say that we're going to shoot it down?
Well, you said that, not me.
No, I'm asking you.
I could not possibly answer that. I'm not a Minister of Defence.
If you're not going to shoot it down, what's the point of sending it up?
To see where it's going.
Well, to see it going, you need a fighter for that? If you're talking about military procedures. And if I did shoot it down, you'll be the first to say, how can you shoot down a commercial airline with 14 nationals, half of them Chinese? I'll be in a worse position, probably.
Why shoot it down if it's not hostile?
Well, the Americans would.
If the military didn't dismiss the plane as irrelevant, if the officers on duty took action, the government would have avoided another costly mistake, spending a week searching the wrong area, the South China Sea. The minister told Four Corners Inmarsat's data had to be verified before the government could act.
And only when we had confirmation, corroboration, verification that the commercial flight that was detected by the military radar was the MH370, then we stopped our search in the South China Sea. That was after searching on all sorts of leads that were given. Fireballs in the sky, oil slicks, life rafts, lifeboats, even a Chinese satellite images in the South China Sea.
Absolutely. There was a lot to deal with at that stage. So isn't a reasonable delay to need 3 days
was it
to consolidate that data?
Yeah, I think that is wrong to just point out and throw a period of 3 days.
The Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia.
2 weeks after MH370 was lost, on the 24th of March, Malaysia's Prime Minister publicly acknowledged Inmarsat's additional data, showing MH370 is likely to have ended in the southern Indian Ocean.
It is therefore with deep sadness and regret that I must inform you that according to this new data, flight MH370 ended in the southern Indian Ocean.